Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving headfirst into a topic that's, well, it's way more complex and medically tricky than, the internet memes suggest.
Absolutely. We're talking about penile enhancement.
Yeah. And look, the desire for body modification, that's pretty common, right? But the specific pressure around size, it's fueled this huge commercial industry. Billions.
Billions built mostly on, let's be honest, hope and a whole lot of misinformation.
Exactly, which is why we're here.
Right. Our mission today is to sift through it all. We've got the clinical reports, the data on safety, efficacy.
Right.
We want to separate the marketing hype from the actual science.
And it's complex biology we're dealing with.
It really is. You have to understand the structure first.
Yeah.
We're talking sophisticated vascular tissues, the corpora cavernosa, the corpus spongiosum. These are the erection chambers.
Changing them permanently, that's the challenge.
It's a huge scientific hurdle.
Yeah.
And frankly, it's one that basically every commercial product out there fails to clear.
Okay, so before we even get into the products, let's ground this conversation in facts. Because this whole market seems to prey on this fear of not measuring up.
It does.
So for anyone listening who feels that pressure, what does the clinical data say? What's actually average?
Yeah, having that baseline is so important for perspective. There was a major systematic review back in 2015, published in BJU International, huge study.
Okay.
Over 15,000 men measured. And the numbers are pretty clear. The average erect length, 13.12 centimeters. That's about 5.16 inches.
5.16 inches and girth.
Average erect girth, so circumference, was 11.66 centimeters, roughly 4.59 inches.
Right, so statistically, most men are well within that range.
The vast majority.
Which brings up this huge psychological disconnect, doesn't it? Why is there this thriving industry selling a fix for something that statistically isn't really a widespread physical issue? Is it just culture, media?
That's really the heart of it. You absolutely have to bring in the psychological angle here. We talk about penile dysmorphic disorder.
Okay.
It's a specific type of body dysmorphic disorder. It means someone has this pathological preoccupation, this intense worry about their size being inadequate.
Even when it's objectively normal.
Exactly. Overwhelmingly, it affects men whose dimensions are completely, totally normal according to the data. So the issue isn't the physical organ itself, it's the perception of the organ. And the industry steps in, selling a physical cure, pills, surgery, for what is often, at its core, a psychological concern.
Wow, okay. That completely reframes things. Right, let's unpack the methods then. Starting with the stuff you see everywhere, the pills, the supplements, creams, those manual routines like Jelqing.
Yeah, the easily accessible stuff.
What's the bottom line from science on all these non-surgical approaches?
The verdict is pretty stark. Scientifically ineffective and potentially dangerous.
Ineffective and dangerous.
It's basically a universal waste of money, and you could actually hurt yourself.
That's definitive. Okay, so pills and creams. They often mention ingredients like ginseng or L-arginine. I get that maybe they boost blood flow slightly.
They might. You're right, they might offer a very slight, very temporary vasodilatory effect. A tiny bit more blood flow, perhaps.
But that's not growth.
Not even close.
Yeah.
For permanent growth, you need actual cellular division. It's called hyperplasia or mycosis. You need to physically create new tissue.
Right.
A pill or a cream. It just can't do that. It doesn't provide the sustained mechanical force or the right biochemical signals to make your body build new penile tissue. The mechanism just isn't there.
And the danger isn't just wasting money, is it? These things aren't exactly regulated.
Not at all. That's a huge problem. Because they're unregulated supplements, you often have zero guarantee what's actually in them. Contamination is a risk. Dangerous interactions if you're taking other medications, even severe allergic reactions.
Yeah.
You're potentially taking this unknown cocktail.
Okay, scary stuff. Now, what about Jelqing and those other manual stretching routines you find online? The theory is, like, repetitive microtrauma makes tissue expand.
That's the theory pushed online, yes.
Does science back it up? Any evidence for permanent enlargement?
Zero. There are simply no high-quality studies, no credible clinical evidence showing that these techniques lead to permanent, positive enlargement. None.
And the risks? This is where you said it gets alarming.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because these are aggressive, unregulated manual techniques. You're putting a lot of stress on very delicate structures.
What kind of injuries are we talking?
Well, you can easily rupture superficial blood vessels. That leads to hematomas, basically, bad bruising. More seriously, you risk damaging ligaments, tendons.
The ones holding everything in place.
Exactly. And crucially, the dorsal nerve. Damage that, and you could be looking at permanent numbness or chronic pain.
Yeah, hang on. Permanent numbness just from, like, stretching too hard.
Yes. It's a massive potential functional cost for, remember, zero proven gain.
That's terrifying.
And there's more. Excessive force significantly bumps up your risk of developing Peyronie's disease.
Right, you mentioned that. Scar tissue.
Scar tissue forms inside the penis, causing erections to become curved, often painfully so. It can be severe.
So urologists are basically saying don't do this.
Strongly advising against it. The potential for irreversible harm is just too real.
Okay. Given how useless and dangerous those first methods are, let's pivot. Let's talk about things that actually have some basis in medicine, even if they get misused for cosmetic stuff. Medical devices. Traction devices first.
Right, traction devices are different. They're evidence-based, but for very specific medical uses. They apply this sustained low-force tension over a long time. It's a proven first-line treatment for Peyronie's disease. The tension helps remodel the scar tissue.
Okay.
And they're also used after certain surgeries, like prostate cancer surgery sometimes, to help prevent shortening.
So medically necessary cases, recovery, disease correction, but the mechanism, sustained tension causing tissue expansion. Does that work cosmetically for a healthy guy just wanting to be longer?
Well, the results there, let's say mixed. There is some data suggesting potential modest gains. A meta-analysis back in 2009 pointed to maybe 1.5 to 2 centimeters. That's like 0.6 to 0.8 inches.
Okay, that sounds like something.
But, and this is the crucial, but that measurement is almost always flaccid stretched length.
Ah, there it is. Flaccid. Stretched, not erect length.
Exactly. That's the loophole, isn't it? The gain in erect length, which is what people actually care about, is often much less significant or sometimes non-existent.
And compliance must be tough.
Huge issue. To get even those modest, flaccid gains, you generally need to wear these devices for several hours, every single day, for months, maybe 6 months or more.
Wow.
Most people just can't or won't stick with that level of commitment. It's really impractical for cosmetic use.
Okay. What about vacuum pumps? Vacuum erection devices, they definitely make things look bigger, at least temporarily.
Yes, VEDs are excellent medical tools. They're highly effective for treating erectile dysfunction. They work by drawing blood into the penis, creating an erection.
But not for permanent growth.
Absolutely not. Any size increase you see immediately after using a pump, that's just edema, it's swelling. Fluid buildup in the skin and the tissues just beneath it.
Like puffiness.
Think of it like a temporary water balloon effect, exactly. It's not new tissue. It goes away completely within hours. No permanent change whatsoever.
Okay, so devices have specific uses, but not really for cosmetic enhancement long term. That brings us to, well, the highest risk zone, surgery.
Yes, and we need to be extremely cautious discussing this. This is the only route to immediate measurable change, but the risks are substantial.
The cost versus the benefit.
Right, precisely. These procedures carry the highest risk profile. They really should only be considered in very specific circumstances, under strict medical guidance, never casually. Let's start with lengthening surgery, ligamentolysis.
What does that involve?
Basically, the surgeon cuts the suspensory ligament. That's the ligament tethering the penis to the pubic bone. Cutting it allows more of the internal part of the penis to slide forward, appearing longer externally.
Okay, so you gain external length, but what's the functional trade-off? You're cutting an anchor.
That's exactly the issue. You trade stability for that visible length. The average gain is maybe 1 to 2 centimeters, again, primarily in flaccid length.
Flaccid again.
Yep. And because you've released that natural anchor, the erection often becomes less stable. It might droop downwards. The natural angle is lost.
Which could affect sex.
It can significantly impact function and, frankly, confidence. You're accepting a potential functional loss for a small, mostly visual, mostly flaccid gain. It's a serious trade-off.
Okay. And what about girth? Making it thicker. Usually injections, right? Fat or fillers.
Correct. Girth enhancement typically involves either using the patient's own fat, called lipofilling or fat grafting, or using dermal fillers, like hyaluronic acid, HA.
How well does fat grafting work?
It's notoriously unpredictable. The big problem is reabsorption. Your body naturally reabsorbs a significant chunk of the injected fat, but it does so unevenly.
So you end up with lumps.
Exactly. Irregular contours, lumps, nodules. The cosmetic result can be very disappointing, sometimes even disfiguring. It's really hard to get a smooth, natural outcome.
Okay, what about the dermal fillers then, like HA?
Fillers, like HA, tend to give smoother, more predictable results initially, but they're temporary.
How temporary?
usually 12 to 24 months, which means you're looking at ongoing costs, repeat injections, repeat risks.
And the risks with fillers. This is where it gets really serious.
Extremely serious. We have to issue a critical safety alert here. For any filler injection in this area, fat or HA.
What's the worst case scenario, the catastrophic complication?
It's called embolization. It's rare, but devastating. It happens if the filler material accidentally gets injected into a blood vessel.
And blocks it.
Blocks the blood flow.
Or
When that happens in the penis, the tissue downstream doesn't get oxygen. It dies. That's tissue necrosis.
necrosis of the penis.
Yes. This isn't just a theoretical risk. It's a documented, severe, potentially life-altering complication. It requires immediate emergency surgery to even try and save the tissue.
The consequences sound horrific.
You risk total loss of function, permanent disfigurement, actual loss of penile tissue. It underscores why these procedures should only ever be considered, if at all, with highly specialized board-certified urologists or plastic surgeons with extensive experience in this specific area.
Okay, so let's pull back and look at the whole picture. Pills and creams, basically bunk, potentially harmful, manual stretching, dangerous, no proof it works. Devices, temporary effects or impractical for cosmetic gain. Surgery, high risk, minimal reward, mostly flaccid gain, potential for disaster.
That sums up pretty well, unfortunately.
So after all that, is there any safe, proven way to increase visible size without taking these massive risks?
Yes, there absolutely is. And it's the strategy that's safest, cheapest, and actually health positive. But it gets completely ignored by the enhancement market.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
It's weight loss and reducing the pubic fat pad.
Weight loss. I love this because it flies in the face of all the quick fix marketing. Explain the uncovering idea.
It's simple anatomy, really. A significant portion of the penis actually resides internally, anchored behind the pubic bone.
Hidden, basically.
Hidden, especially if there's a significant layer of fat over the pubic area, sometimes called the pubic fat pad, or colloquially, the fupa. When someone achieves significant weight loss, loses overall body fat, that fat pad shrinks. And you literally uncover more of the penile shaft that was previously buried beneath it.
So you're not actually making the penis bigger, you're just revealing more of what's already there.
Precisely. You're increasing the visible functional length.
What kind of gain are we talking? Is it noticeable?
It absolutely can be. For every, say, 10 to 15 kilograms of significant weight loss, that's about 22 to 33 pounds, it's common for men to effectively uncover 1 to 2 centimeters, maybe 0.4 to 0.8 inches, or even more, of length that was previously hidden.
That's comparable to the surgical gains, but without the risk.
Exactly. It costs nothing but effort, it's 100% safe, and it comes packaged with huge overall health benefits. Better heart health, more energy, improved libido. It's all positive.
Which ties perfectly into the other effective strategy, right? Focusing on function, because size means nothing if things aren't working well.
Couldn't agree more. The other proven way to enhance things is simply to maximize the quality of the erection you naturally have.
Making the most of what you've got.
Exactly. The fullest possible erection represents that organ's maximum natural size. So this means first ruling out or treating any underlying erectile dysfunction, ideally with a urologist. But fundamentally, it comes down to vascular health. Good blood flow is key. So regular exercise, a heart-healthy diet, definitely quitting smoking. All these lifestyle factors improve blood flow everywhere, including where it counts for a firm, maximally sized erection.
Okay, so the final takeaway from all this evidence seems pretty clear. The market is just full of misinformation, preying on insecurity.
It really is.
And the safest, most effective approach. It's actually about overall health and fitness, just maximizing the potential you already have naturally.
That's precisely it. The only safe decision here is an informed decision. So if you listening out there are genuinely concerned about size, please don't turn to random pills online or questionable forum advice.
See ya, doc.
Yes. Start by consulting a qualified medical professional, specifically a urologist. Get an objective measurement. Get advice based on actual science, not on selling you something.
Yeah. Maybe one last thought for people to chew on. If the science says your size is normal, objectively normal, but that feeling of inadequacy just won't go away,
then it might be worth considering talking to a mental health professional too.
Yeah.
Explore those underlying body image concerns. Could it be penile dysmorphic disorder?
Right?
Because sometimes, the biggest enhancement isn't about changing the body at all. It's about the mind finding acceptance, appreciating the health and function you already possess.